Here we go. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Chef to Chef, episode 4. This time I have a great chef that I know. A personal friend of mine, Chef Ham, Chef Michael Hamilton. Fresh out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. You know,
Grr.
how you doing today, man?
I can't complain. I'm living. I'm living. I'm loving life. Cheerful, festive. I'm still in the festive mood right now. I'm still
I
in my
know.
Christmas spirit right now.
Nice, nice. How was your Christmas, by the way, man?
It was dope. It was dope. Got to just we chilling in our pajamas all day. Just
Mm-hmm.
pajamas, building things, and like just stepping over toys all day. It was dope
Oh,
to just chilling, just being clutch. No cooking on that day. Just chilling,
nice,
just chill.
nice. It's funny because I kind of those is like little things I brag about, like the days like on holidays I don't have to cook because it's so rare. Like, yes, let me
That's like
really
all right, it's
cook.
real day off. Like no breakfast or nothing. Like yo, we ordering out all day.
That's
Like
funny.
somebody coming through.
That's funny. So, tell the world about like your journey, your culinary journey. What made you get into being a chef?
Just first and foremost, just eating. I just love to eat. That was that
Mm,
was like the main thing. Like just learning how learn like my mom started me off kind of like just hard cooking in the kitchen. I'm just watching like, yeah, I want to know how to make that. I want to know how to make that. And once I got to college, and I'm like, I'm really like yeah, I don't know how to make none of this food my mom taught me. And it was like, all right, let's get to the ground. Let's go to culinary classes. Let's see what it's really about. And then
mm-hmm,
from there on, it was just like working my way up from school to work, from school to work, just back and forth. Like learning the basics at school and learning like the real hard knocks when I got to like the restaurant. So it was like
mm-hmm.
day and night. It was like learning how to walk and then just taking off from there. Like now I want like learn how to walk backwards. I want you to do all that. So
Okay.
basically like just from after like school, just really just working in New York, then I got a job out in Philly, then working in
Mm-hmm.
Philly, then going to Jersey. Then I went to Chicago for like a little bit, and then right back to Philly, really. So
That's
just
dope. I love our profession because I feel like it's one of the professions that it travels. You
yeah,
know, like our talent actually travels with us. All we need is ease. So like to be able to travel different states, different countries, and not just like be able to cook, but to learn different recipes from different countries, different
facts.
regions. I think that's what actually make people better chefs, being able to like travel out and venture out and learn different ethnical, like different cultures and different a bit of everything. So that's dope. Just to let the world know, what school did you go to?
So I went to Morrow College in New Rochelle,
Hmm.
New York.
And how was that experience for
Shout
you?
out to the Mustangs real quick.
Oh yeah, shout out to the Mustangs. You already know. This is as you can see, I went to Monroe College too. This is a former alumni of mine. Super dope, man. Super dope. It's a great school for culinary. So if you want to join culinary arts, I would definitely tell you that's one of the like it's one of the low key one of the best culinary art schools you could actually
Facts.
go
Slept on a lot
to.
too. Like you think Johnson and Wales. What is it?
Mm-hmm.
Johnson and Wales. What's the other one? The CIA.
Mm-hmm. The
What's the other one? It
MIT,
don't even matter. Like Monroe's where it's
yeah.
at. Like
Monroe is honestly, I can honestly say like you learn just as much in Monroe, probably you if not more in Monroe than you would in these prestigious like culinary schools. And plus, my role have a way of keeping you down to earth because I feel like a lot of people in the major culinary schools like they come out and be too cocky for their own skill set. But other
facts.
than you said Monroe, right? I like to highlight the people that help you become a chef. So name like two or three people that really molded you in the chef and you give a
Like,
shout out to them.
so shout out to Pelazari, all them wooden spoon hits on top of the head. Shout out to Professor Gelman for teaching me the business aspects of it. Who else? Who else? Those are the main two right there. Shout out to the dean too. I don't know why I can't think of his name on top of his head, but without him, it
Constantino?
wouldn't have been no program like that.
Dean Constantino.
Constantino, there we go. I just seen
Yeah,
him
that
too
was the guy,
the other
man.
day.
Oh, snap. That's what's up. I actually
So,
gotta go back. I gotta go back there and visit my old school, man. That's cool. All right. So, what was that one moment? Like, I feel like everybody has that one moment. You know, when me, I tell the story all the time. It was a moment where my whole family got sick on Thanksgiving, and I ended up making all the Thanksgiving food. I'm like 16 at the time, you know. And once everybody felt better, they ate all the food was gone, and that feeling that I got was like that first feeling of this is what I want to do, like, you know. So what was that one time where you knew, like, yo, I'm gonna be a chef. I'm gonna be a really good one. Like, what was that one moment, that one meal, or like situation?
let's see. That one meal for me was like my aunt Cherry, like it was her red rice. Like she made it
Hmm.
like every year. Like God rest her soul, she not with us no more, but she made it during every year. Like, and I could not for the life of me, still to now, I couldn't figure out how to make that joint. So just like even like when I went to school, just like practicing like that one dish, and I'm still practicing now. Like that's why I ain't haven't posted no pictures of it or talked about it. Cause I'm still trying to work on that classic dish. But like that one time, like she had made it, like, and I was like probably like what, like 15, like 14 maybe, like, and I was like, yo, like I can't even like make rice right now. Like so, it's like that moment right there. It was just like I'm gonna learn. Like I'm definitely gonna learn how to cook. Even that, I probably had two moments between that and then when I was like in high school, like basically really trying to impress girls too, like seeing like how girls like in that family reacted to like a guy know how to
Hmm.
cook. It was just like, all right, corner might be with set. Let me
You
see what
wanna
I
know what's
got real
funny?
quick with this joint.
You wanna know what's funny about that? It's like I ain't realized none of that shit until college. Like, you
Facts,
know how it was. We the only ones with real food. Like everybody else gotta do the microwave ramen noodles and stuff.
right?
Coming out with real gourmet food and stuff. And everybody looking at you, and then you start looking, yo, that's funny. That's funny. I'm
Yeah,
like, I
facts,
never
fellas.
realized how much like
Low key, you
cooking,
be like, that's all I had to do, bro, was pick up a pot and
yo,
pan.
bro,
Got
cooking. I tell people all the time, learn how to cook. Your lady gonna love you forever.
him.
But
Tell him the world gonna
the
love you.
world gonna love you forever,
Yeah.
man. That's a fact. That's a fact. So, I see on your shirt, all right? What's the name of your company? What's the name of your catering
uh,
company?
so one bite at a time. The name came from just like my fiance at the time. Basically, like it's a funny story. Like I met in college, so we was always like every time we go out to eat, like I was just body a meal, like just like 30 seconds, like oh yo, this drink busting, like blah, 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 blah.
Hmm.
And she had said like yo, why don't you eat your food like one bite at a time? And then since then, that drink just been in my head, like yo, why wouldn't you call your company one bite at a time? Like that makes sense. This represent me, like or just my little eating habits, and just like it's just a saying I say about my food, like enjoy it one bite at a time. Like you, as soon as you bite it, you gonna get the story.
Hmm. That's what's up.
Came from
That's
them.
what's up. That's a great name for it too, because it's a motto I go by. I go by like one plate at a time. You know what I mean? Like you say one bite, I say one plate. As far as like every plate, I make sure that I put everything into it. You know, I don't care if it's a cheeseburger, I don't care if it's pizza, I don't care if it's lasagna, I don't care what it is. Every plate, you know, all right, I put my all into that plate. You know, so one bite at a time is like the same kind of concept in my head. Like, yo, enjoy it. You know, don't just like relax. You're gonna enjoy this shit. You know, food
Right.
takes time anyway. Like,
You don't need no salt and
food
pepper.
takes
You
time,
don't need
so
no
people
ketchup,
don't.
no hot sauce. It's
Yo,
already in there. It's already in
no
there.
salt, no pepper, brother. That's some real shit, man. And that's what's up, man. So, what year did you find it? What
Yeah, I
year was
found
it?
one bite 2 years ago, right? Like during COVID, really. Like
Mm-hmm.
once COVID hit, and then basically it was just me trying to like figure out like cause I like what my company had like let me go, so I was just trying to
Mm-hmm.
figure out like all right, what are you gonna do now? Like I was still good money wise, but it was just like, do you still want to work for somebody or do you want to work for yourself? So it was like,
Mm-hmm.
no, let me take this opportunity, and like put all this bread into myself and let's see what happens.
Which is good.
About like
Which
two
is
years
good.
ago.
I tell people all the time, like, you better or better on yourself, you know, especially in this industry, because you know how crazy underpaid people could be in this industry. You know, so I tell people once you get a niche, find a niche that gets you paid without working as hard in this industry, do that. You know, and the only time you should be working as hard is if it's your own. You know, like if it's not your own, you shouldn't be working like 50, 80 hours a week for one company because for all that, you only gonna come home with what, $1,000, you know, $1,200? Like
Right.
that's
After
bro,
2 weeks, 2 weeks
you
of
see
killing
what I
yourself.
mean? You killing yourself. And it's like, nah, fuck all that. Fuck all that. So the best thing to do is once you have a talent, once you have a skill, it could be one thing. Like if you know how to sell hot dogs, sell hot dogs. Like you'd be surprised. Like, you know what I mean? So I commend you for starting your company. I commend you for the success, you know, and everything because as a chef, it's not easy. And I know that. Speaking of not easy, what what did you find is the most difficult part of being in this industry?
Hmm. The most difficult is just, I would say, just basically like finding your own lane. Just because you see now, like especially now, like everybody kind of does everything. Like is everybody do seafood, everybody do soul food. You got people just doing Spanish joints, people doing cookout. Like it's just finding your lane and just like not overthinking it. So basically,
Mm,
like those two things: overthinking stuff, and then just finding your own lane. Probably like the two hardest things because with Instagram, Pinterest, like TikTok, just Google. Like you'll look up so many things, like so many food ideas. You like, oh, they did that, they did that. And it's like really, realistically, it don't matter if they did it or not. Like somebody in the '80s did something, redid some what they did in the '70s, and it's like we all just reinventing ourselves. That's all. Like not everybody gonna make fried chicken like you. Put a sauce on that joint. Bread it differently.
yeah,
Like nobody gonna make grits
you
like you.
see what I mean?
Use polenta. Like it's everybody got a lane. Like it's money for everybody out here. Like
Yeah, and that's the crazy
robots
part,
ain't cooking
especially
yet. Like facts.
what happened.
I said robots ain't cooking yet. Like it's a
They
lane for all
making
of us.
the
Like we
machines
can get
up.
a lot of money.
They making the machines up.
Facts.
Unfortunately, it ain't never gonna be. It ain't never gonna be what humans could do. Cause
Yeah, nah, not yet.
cooking it take a soul. Like you have to have soul in order to really cook. You know, in order to really care about somebody else's well being and to really feed them and nourish them, that's a lot, you know. That's why I commend anybody, especially us as black people in this industry, because I know it's not easy, bro. Trust
Yeah.
me, I've been in situations where it's like you gotta laugh before you quit, you know, because
Yeah.
people would definitely try you in this industry, you know.
Yeah.
So
If it's
especially
not
with us,
price,
like
it's something.
I'm sorry.
Like I said, if it's not your price, it's the amount of food you give, not the amount of food you give. It's something. It's always gonna be. You're always gonna have like those conversations, but like you signed up for it, so just
Of course.
buckle up.
I tell people if you sign up for it, just learn as much as you can from it, you know, before you do your
Facts.
own thing. Like sign up for it, but don't make it a forever plan. You know, especially in this industry, the plan is eventually to get out. Maybe not the industry, but out the trap of being stuck in a restaurant. You
Yeah.
know, like especially nowadays with COVID, people could sell plates out their house, you know, and things like that. You could end up making $500-600 a day just selling
Easy.
20 plates.
Easy
You know
sell.
what I
You can
mean?
sell the same thing your restaurant do if you want to. Like
Exactly.
whatever you want to do,
Exactly.
like just do it. Like just get up and
Exactly.
just do this, and you got it.
I feel like this. Life is gonna be hard anyway. You might as well it might as well be hard in doing what you want to love to do, you know, instead of doing what life forces you to do, you know?
Facts.
So when it comes to food, right? What's your favorite? Like what's your favorite cuisine? What's your favorite dish to make? You know, what's that one dish that you know people look at you and be like, yo, he did that shit. Like
I would say favorite cuisine is between Asian. I'll probably say Asian, Spanish, but Asian. I would say like Mexican, Spanish, and like probably like Italian.
mm,
Like French is there because that's what I started off with. Let's learn in school, but like as far as like my favorite like go to, like you'll see some of that in my cooking. Number one will
mhm.
be Asian because like those flavor profiles is just crazy to hit when you mix it with like the things we already know. As far as like my favorite dish that I someone like, yo, you put this foot in that. Probably like any pasta dish I make. I'm a pasta dude. I love pasta. Like that's bread and butter for me. So let it be like roster pasta. Let it be my one bite pasta, like three cheese seafood Alfredo. Whatever it is, if it's pasta, like I'm knocking out the window. Like
question, I want to know. It might be a stupid question, but do Philly have like cheesesteak pasta and shit? Do y'all do shit like that?
I ain't never see that. Like I don't do certain things like that just because I be like, maybe that's too fat, yo. Maybe that's just too much. Like I have yet to see somebody do a Philly cheesesteak pasta. I've seen egg rolls. I've seen pizza.
Yeah,
so
egg rolls.
You right there. I might do that. I might just do that tomorrow. Let's see how it turn out.
You never know.
You might have put me on or something. Like, why not?
You never know, bro.
Dumb real quick.
Because you just said the roster pasta, right? And I'm just thinking, like, you got the onions and peppers and everything. And I'm like, yo, just have like steakums or some shit. That shit.
Facts. That shit. It will be busting. You right. I might. Yeah. That's what I said tomorrow. Look out tomorrow. Cheesesteak pasta coming. I don't know how, but it's coming.
Listen. I give you the ideas. You cook that shit, man.
See what happens with that.
Man, that's why I love talking to chefs because little things like this,
Yeah, as people don't realize too, like you can literally take anything and going to New York, chopped cheese. Just a hamburger. It's just a hamburger. Chopped up hamburger with lettuce and tomatoes. That's all it is. That's all it is. But it tastes
so different. But it's so different.
Right, it is. But people be like, yo, nah, you never had chopped cheese before. I had a cheeseburger before.
No, it's not a cheeseburger.
It's not that. It's not even like it's a cheeseburger. It's just you can look it up and see what it is, but
it's different. It's like it's not Sloppy Joe, but it's not a cheeseburger.
Yes,
I get it. I get it.
Right. It's just one of them things that just hit different. Like you would have never thought to make this. This is our signature sandwich right here. This is New York right now. Chopped cheese, bacon, egg, and cheese, chopped cheese.
Yo, so what I do, I ask everybody a question, right? If you had to cook for, if you was able to cook for any celebrity, right? Who would it be and why? Two.
Chris Brown. Been a fan of Chris Brown. So young boy, and probably just some fun stories. I'll probably pop lock it with him too. Who else I'll cook for? I'll cook for Snoop, Wiz. Just because that's. I would love to. Let's dive in. Let's eat, chat, and hail some stuff. You dig? Like
I'm going to some edible territory. I would have
right. Let's. Definitely Obama. Definitely Obama. Just like I want to know what you know. Like let me know what them 4 years is about real quick. Like,
let me know what's in Area 51, right?
Please, like let me get just. I ain't gonna tell nobody. I'll definitely keep on a hush. Let me know what's real, what's not real.
Man,
those four for sure.
Man. You won't cook for these people. I like to tell people like when you put it in the air, and keep working hard, bro. All this shit gonna come.
Facts.
All this shit gonna come, bro.
They watching right now. We just don't know.
You see what I mean? Cause trust me, bro. Like me cooking for Oprah came out the blue, bro. Like, and it's crazy because I was saying since I was like 17, 16, like yo, I'm gonna cook for Oprah one day. Everybody laughing at me. I'm gonna cook for Oprah one day. It's been times I'm about to quit that industry and everything. Next thing you know, 12 years later, boom. You're like, hold the fuck up, bro. And then you start realizing, like, yo, if I can make this happen, there's nothing in this world I can't make happen. And so that's why I like to tell people, like, talk it into fruition because I know soon you're gonna be cooking for these people, bro. And these people, they're gonna start feeling normal. They're gonna start feeling like normal people because it's gonna be so redundant, abundant, which is dope, So, what chefs like inspired you as far as like you growing up what chefs did you look at on TV where you like, you know what, I could be that, or I could do that?
That growing up wise, younger,
Mm-hmm.
obviously Bobby Flay, Chef Guy Fieri. But then like once I got older, like even now, like I was even put it towards now, like chefs I look up to now would be Chef Renee Blackman,
Mm-hmm.
dope, super dope. Cole Caprioni. That's like that's been my chef for like years. Like I look up to him like he another dope chef. Who else? Who else? Who else? The chef that run Red Rooster, Marcus, I believe.
Oh, Sylvester?
I literally see him in Planet Fitness and was so starstruck. I was like, like
Yeah, you
on the
wanna know what's
treadmill. I'm like,
funny? You wanna know what's funny? I used to I helped open up a restaurant called Bar and Wine, right? It's right there in Harlem on 122nd and Lenox. It's probably like 2 blocks away from his restaurant, 3 blocks away from Red Rooster. Where him and my chef, I guess, always knew each other. So he would always come to Bar and Wine and like eat and everything. I'm cooking food, serving wine and everything. Like super cool person, super cool person. You know, so it's like it's funny you saying like that name, but like he's one of those people like you'll be starstruck at first because of who he is, but once you really just say hi and talk to him, he's just a regular like you'll see how down to earth he is, bro. He'll talk food with you all day, like it's nothing, you know.
it was the best conversation though. Just late night at the bar talking about food with chefs is like you
Well,
think
why
they just fat, they hungry. Like nah, just I did just pop. You just don't just it's crazy. It's just one of the
trust me,
craziest conversations you could be in. Just being in a room full of chefs and they all just talking about food.
hmm And that's the funny part because you saying like after the I remember one of my mentors, right? I was working there at Bar Wine, and afterwards, he was like, he said, Damien, you're the only real chef in here outside of me, you know. But for me, it was like 12 other people there, you know. But he like, no, you're the only real chef because you don't mind staying till late, you don't mind doing the books, you don't mind doing the ordering, you don't mind doing this, you don't mind doing the dirty work. You know what
Facts.
I mean? That most people look past, you know. And it didn't. It took me a while to understand that because I'm like, nah, these people cooking too, like. But it's the difference between cooks and a chef.
Yeah.
You know, he really showed me a difference between that. You know, so once I seen that, it's like it's easier to see chefs. You know, it's easier to see people like you that really got the grind work for it. You know, because a lot of people call themselves chefs, but they act like cooks. You know,
Right.
and two different
You
things.
just throwing out plates. You know, you're not like taking that time. Like let me go on this. Let me you know what, let me switch this up real quick and see how this tastes like.
The
Ain't
point
nothing
is,
to
a
change
lot of
something on the
people.
spot. Like ain't nothing to say like yo. Yeah, I made it too salty. Let me remake this for you real quick. Because you care. You put your heart into a plate. Yeah, that set you apart from like the whole cook and chef conversation at that too.
That's a fact. That's a fact. Especially with people, because I feel like people are the realest judges. You know, especially when it comes to food. You know, especially like picky ones. You know, we gotta go through picky people and stuff. So, like, my grandmother was super picky. I think I surviving her in the kitchen. You know, made me ready for the world. You know, which is dope.
Grandma,
Um,
hardest critics. Like, did
what?
you do this? Did you do that to it? Like, trust, I got it, grandma, I got it, I got it. I think I got
Listen.
to cook for my grandma like one time, like God rest her soul, because she just passed because of COVID too. And it was like I was in the kitchen for like an hour. She was like, "Make sure it's none of this. Make sure it's none of that. Make sure you don't put this. Make sure you put this." Got you, got you. My dad made like a salmon BLT with like
Mm-hmm.
peppercorn aioli,
Mm-hmm.
bodied it. She was like, "Oh my god!" I'm like, "Got you. See, I got you. You gotta trust. You gotta trust the chef. You got you."
That's what it is. It's a trust, man. And it's no better feeling than when people really trust that because I look at being a chef like we actually have a skill set to where we help people lives. You know what I mean? It's not just like oh you entertain me. It's like no, you nourish my body to where like I feel better. You know what I mean? Like I was depressed, I was hangry coming in. Now I feel happy and fun, like, you know, things like that. Like, we really have the ability to change people's movesets and everything, you know? And with that ability, I feel like it's something that God definitely just don't give out to just anybody, you know,
Fact.
especially us as men, you know, when men having that ability, I feel like it's up to us to really take it to as far as we can, you know, as far as like business wise, like just everything, you know, it's up to us to really push forward that mode of being black chefs, you know, especially in this era, because in this era, you gotta realize we lived in a we we're in the midst of like I want to say culture vultures,
Yeah.
where it's like everybody stole our recipes, everybody stole our ideas, everybody stole everything from us. To where once we do it, they say, "Oh, y'all took it from." It's like it's almost like reverse now. It's almost like they'll look at us like as if we're trying to take their cuisine, you know. When in actuality, all this shit is reversed. You
Right.
know, even if you look at like things like Italian food and like everything comes from the black culture. Every type of cuisine comes from us first, you know. And I think for us being the black chefs in this era, it's up to us to showcase ourselves to where it's undeniable,
Right.
you know, because I feel like it should be no reason why top 100 chefs in the world, not one chef is black.
Right. That's facts.
You know what I mean? Things like that is like, if you really gonna be real with it, if you go top 100 chefs in the world, like legit, 99 of them gonna be black. You see what I mean? And that's just real.
Facts.
That's just real. You
Talk about
know, that's just real. And I think we got to put ourselves in the positions where we could do that more. You know, that's why I do shows like this to highlight us. You know, to highlight just great black chefs. You know, I got Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. You know, is there any restaurants or any like? Is there any spots in Philadelphia that you would recommend? Like, if somebody's coming to visit, you know what I mean? They were hungry. They I'm
it.
in Philly. Where to go?
I would definitely
Let
hit
me
up
know.
shout out what Breakfast Boutique. I would shut go. It depends really what you want. I go Breakfast Boutique. You go Del Frisco. You want a popping steak. You want to spend that bread, but you get what you pay for. I'll
Hmm.
hit up Max's for the cheesesteaks. Well, Delisandro's is popping. What else? What else? What else? Green Eggs Cafe. I'm a breakfast dude, so I'm gonna name a lot of breakfast spots.
Hmm.
What else? What else? It's a couple other black drinks too. It's a couple. It's a couple like hidden gems, but it's a lot. Like it's a lot of fire. Better Box. Mm, who else? I can't think of the top of my head. But I'm those. If I ain't name you, my bad. I forgot about you. But Philly. Where it's at? Philly got a lot of great food spots.
Now, Philly is definitely a great food spot. To me, Philly and Chicago is like in the same tier. You
Hmm.
know, I think when it comes to food in America, it's definitely you got New York, you got California. You know, only because I feel like those are two spots that have access to like everything, like every type of food. There's not one type of food that New York or California doesn't touch. You know, and then you got Miami. Miami personally because I love Caribbean food, like Cuban food, Jamaican food, all that,
Yeah.
Dominican food. So like Miami have like that on a lot, you know, and then you have like your Chicago's and your Philadelphia's and you know, but I do feel like Philadelphia is coming up because it's becoming more known than just the cheesesteaks. You know, it's becoming more. It's starting to blow up. You know. Any questions you have for me before we get out of here, man?
What question I got for you? Let me see. What struggles have you come across being a chef?
I think the biggest struggle I've come across being a chef personally is pardon me. I think having to prove myself, having to constantly prove that I belong, because I feel like I can only talk about my experience of being as far as being a black chef and how it was taken. You know, it's been so many kitchens I worked in where I pretty much get fired just for being the best one. You know, because I pushed. I'm one of those people. Everything I do. I strive to be like not just the best at it, because I don't care if there's people better than me or like great with me. I actually look for that, but in my heart, I'm gonna be the best at this shit. You know what I mean? Like, there's no competition. It's just me and my personal goal. If I'm gonna do this shit, I'm gonna do this shit the best, or at least be the best in the conversation. You know? So a lot of people they don't gravitate towards those type of people very well because there's a lot of people that just want to get their check and go home. You know, compared to me, it's like, no, I want to make sure these customers happy. I want to make sure the food done right, is safe. I want to make sure everything is real, you know? And I know a lot of people just not used to that. They think, oh, aggressive black man or oh, angry black man or but if it's Gordon Ramsay, he could curse everybody out and then they'll be like, oh, he's just a chef.
Right. Yes,
But
chef. Heard you.
the second I have something to say about something, oh, angry black man. And it's like I think that's the most annoying part of it, you
Yeah.
know. So in order to counteract that, I ended up doing my own company, Nitty's Kitchen. You know, and then I realized that the type of people I want to work for, I'd rather have like black owners than others, only because even if it's black owners, I know a lot of times they might not have the experience of other other cultures as far as like financial experience or like just like real world experience when it comes to the food. But I feel like that's when I come in and I can help them better, you know, without it being like that, oh, he's a black guy in this industry type feel. You know, it's like a help each other type feel, you know. But the most stressful thing was probably just like dealing through the racism and bullshit like that.
Yeah. That shit is knock you for a loop, bro.
Listen, I had a chef, short little blue eyed guy, right? Like he didn't like me for shit because I was good. It was to the point where like he was about to fire me, but then Gail King was pretty much telling him like, "Yo, if you get rid of me, if he got rid of me, she gonna make sure he's fired." You know, so
Like,
things like that. Like this is Gail King, bro. That's how it's things like that. Like yo, I got real people going on for me. You know,
right, like on hard for you.
that's when I knew like yo, it's not just about me, it's about everything else. So once I realized I had people really going hard for me, it was easier to deal with that. You know, it was easier to come like put that in the back of my mind and just focus on the goal.
I feel that. Only other question I got is when we about to link up and just had this like I ain't gonna say cook off, but we just gonna just throw
Oh
down
yeah.
just
Oh yeah, we definitely doing that.
cigars, scotch, whiskey,
So
tequila, whatever you drink, and just food. We just gonna make some just random food.
this is what I'm planning, right? I'm planning once the weather break in about like March or April, I'm
Mm-hmm.
definitely gonna start traveling with this. So like I'll definitely go come out to Philadelphia. We could set up a date, you know, and we could do this, but in the kitchen we could actually make real food.
Better I'm with
Showcase
that.
it. I'm going with the shits, man.
Facts. People want that. People
Hell yeah,
want to see
hell
that.
yeah, hell yeah.
Obama want to
People want
see
to see
it.
it.
Chris Brown want to see it.
People
Snoop
want
want
to see
to see
that.
it.
Trust me. People want
Oprah
to see
want to
that.
see it.
Bro, it's gonna be lit, bro. Trust me, man.
Facts.
But you know what? It was an honor, you know, talking to you today. You know, keep doing your shit. I'm proud of you, bro. Like as from man to man, I'm super proud of you as a chef. I'm proud of seeing your business grow. I'm proud of where you come from. Come from the same cloth. We know how my road is, you know, from my road to
Facts.
where we are now, bro. It's an amazing, it's a blessing, you know. So more years worth of blessings, more years worth of cooking, feeding these people and giving them right. You know what I mean?
You dig. Facts. Now I was glad to be on the show, bro. Same with you. Appreciate you, bro. I seen it from a roll. See the grind now. Kitty's Kitchen. But they on the map. You on the map. You got it. You got the show. You're a
I'm
young
trying
entrepreneur. You got it, bro. Like just
I'm trying
stay
to.
tuned. One by the time. Kitty Kitchen. Like it's a lot. It's a lot going down. Like stay tuned.
Word, man. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. There's been another episode of Chef to Chef with Chef Michael. You know, you see his Instagram, Chef Ham _23. You know, you see his company, One Bite at a Time. If you're in Philadelphia, PA, definitely go check this man out. This man is a great chef. Trust me. I don't just vouch for anybody. As a chef, I don't just vouch for anybody. I vouch for this guy. You know, trust me. Y'all don't want to miss his food. So there you go, man. Y'all stay blessed. YODA Yoda Needy's Kitchen. I'll at you.